Mm. But
Okay, everybody.
it's conscious living. Thursdays at 7. Get our warm up on. I got my muscle shirt on, so it's fine.
So do I, kind of.
Kind of.
See my muscles.
This one. This one. This one. We could just do the whole hour dance, right? People will like that.
Oh, I love it. I want to do I can't do my wave thing because I'm holding on to the phone. Okay, all right. Okay. So I just want to say something.
Okay, go.
I just want to say something that is not how I usually dance. I was going a little crazy. I was shaking my head around a lot, and it hurt a little bit, and it's not what I usually do.
and it hurt a little bit. That's definitely how I usually dance.
Really?
Oh yeah, flexing my muscles in wherever I'm at, just going down the street flexing. So
I wanted to do my woo, but I couldn't because I was holding on to the phone. Yeah, and that was more important.
Okay, so before I get started, guys, I'm just going to throw out this major disclaimer right now. Me and Ricky have been doing a juice cleanse for the last 3 days, and for some reason, because I don't know, maybe he's like Superman or some shit, he's unaffected by the crazy train. Not me. Totally on board the crazy train right now. So if I'm a little broken in my thought pattern, Deelle's going to rein me in here. We're going to work together as a team. And because that's how we roll in the Star Pod. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there right now because it's a whole other thing that I'm so hungry I could probably cry. And if I do, I'm sorry.
I am on the crazy train with you. I feel your effects in my body. Because I know how terrible it is.
Yeah. And I mean, not to say, okay, so yes, terrible the feeling. However, the reasons behind it are, of course, all good. And it is over tomorrow. Thank God. Yeah, I'm just going to stop because I'm already umming about it. So let's dive right in where we're going today.
It's okay. It's okay. I know. I totally went to terrible land when it's really, you're right. It's not terrible. It's just a terrible feeling being the third day of no food.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you because 1 hour with no food for me is basically I feel how you do right now. And I would be very upset. I'd be very angry.
Words. I'm borderline at that point right now, so I'm getting very frustrated. But I'm going to keep it together for this next hour for all y'all.
You can do it.
So today we are going to be talking about a couple of things that kind of flow into one another. We're going to be talking about something that Deelle has been diving into lately called the prisoner mindset. Exciting stuff. And we're going to talk about what exactly that is, how and why it's important to get out of that place. And then we're going to talk about what happens when you do get out of that place, when you finally shift out of that prisoner mindset. What's on the other side? What sort of amazing abundance is abundance? Is that the plural of abundance? No, it's not. It's really not.
It should be.
It's a good word. We're going to talk about that. What's on the other side and what starts to open up for you as a result of getting out of that prisoner mindset, which corresponds to the a couple of our. It corresponds to the group coaching programs that both me and Deelle are involved in right now, and actually the ones that we are going to be putting on and hosting ourselves in the coming months. Which
double yay!
Double yay!
Yeah,
double yay! So without further ado, hopefully we have a few people hop on with us soon here. Tell us all about the prisoner mindset, Deelle. Dive right in.
I love this topic. And I think I just want to say it has a lot to do with the coaching program that I'm in right now, which is amazing. I'll just touch on that for a second, but it's if anyone knows who Jason Goldberg is, you probably know him from EverCoach. He does all the interviews of all the other world-class coaches, and he does videos with them and has videos of those world-class coaches coaching other people to watch, to learn from. So he is an amazing human being, and I've loved him for a long, long time, and his program is called Playful Prosperity. So I am officially a member of the PP tribe. The PP tribe.
Never not funny. The PP tribe.
That is what we call ourselves. It is hilarious. And it really is just, it's a group. It's about not taking life so goddamn seriously. That's really what it's about. And a lot of it has to do with this prisoner mindset and how we are all living somehow as a prisoner within our own mind, within our own thoughts. And Jason actually wrote a book called Prison Break. And so a lot of this program is about breaking free of this prisoner mindset. So breaking free from the prisoner mindset, stepping totally into a self-leader, which is so important. So not only is the group coaching program hilarious and filled with like some of the funniest people I think I've ever met in my entire life, except for you. And it is just, it's amazing because everyone is trying to bring a little bit more of playfulness to everything that they do, which I think is really important for everyone to do, because a lot of the times we're taking everything so freaking seriously. Our thoughts, especially, you're believing them when they're really not true. So it's the prisoner mindset is really, it's like about how we're getting caught up in our thinking, right? So prisoner mindset is really, it's like when you feel like this powerless victim of your whole life, right? Like you're waiting for someone to come in and save you. So, and I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with you if you feel this way, but if your life is not how you want it, then self-leadership is going to be the answer to your prayer. So breaking free from this prisoner mindset. So, I know I'm going on and on here. Is there anything you would like to say, Julia? Is there anything you'd like to say?
I love you. Well, I think that, yes, there is something. I think it's interesting to the idea of, several thoughts in one little small space. I think it's interesting thinking about the idea that, and now I've lost what I was just going to say. The idea that everything is, you are playing the victim in every single situation in your life. So you got maybe the feeling that, like, you just can't catch a break, or it feels like one thing or the other. I feel like bad things always happen to me. If those are some of the sentences that come out of your mouth often, that's what might be a good indicator to you that you are in the prisoner mindset.
Ooh, yes, totally.
So my question for you then is, what is a self-led leader? What does that mean?
That's such a good question. But it's really, it's anyone who can break free of this thought pattern. So these thoughts that we have that really restrict us in our life. So we can actually break free of those things and move forward and do the things that we really want to do in our life, create the things that we really want to create, show up as a person that we really want to show up as in our life, then we have to break free of this mindset, which, I mean, we all have it. It's definitely something, it's not like one person has and the other person doesn't or anything like that, but we all have it. It's just some of us are able to kind of break free of it a little bit easier than others. So a really good way to kind of think about it is it's called a ladder of self-leadership. So just think of an actual ladder. So up on the top of the ladder is a high vibration emotion. So you'll have like joy, love, innovation, enthusiasm, creativity. So this is the place of possibility. This is where our natural state of being is up on this high vibrational top of the ladder, our natural state, right? Yeah. So, but then we have like low vibrational emotions on the bottom of the ladder. So anger, fear, resentment, worry, the feeling like not being good enough, anything that's really, really restricted. So what happens is we travel up and down this ladder all day, right? But we really get most out of our life when we're up higher on the ladder. So what ends up happening though is when we attach to the lower vibrational emotions, so the fears and the worries and all the anger and all that, when we actually attach to that stuff, it's really, really hard for us to move back up to the ladder. And a lot of the time these thoughts are transient, right? So they're supposed to like come in and leave, right? But the thing is with these lower vibrational emotions, like when we start thinking this way and really like low vibration, then we attach to these things. So then it becomes really hard for us to move back up to the top of the ladder where we're more productive, our natural state, right? So it's really, really hard for us to see our possibilities and what we can really accomplish when we're like stuck down here on the ladder. And that's when like little things can really start to derail you. Just little things. When you're spending more time down here, it's like any little thing can happen and it throws you completely off.
It makes total sense.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that? Seeing it as the ladder of self-leadership.
It makes a lot more sense actually, because when with anything in life, we move through a scale, right? Like there's or a spectrum, whatever way you want to look at it. So a ladder makes sense that you can kind of quantify it or qualify it in a way. And I like what you said about attachment, because we start to spending a lot more time on that lower part of the ladder, and we begin to attach to those thought patterns, and we start using words like, it always happens to me. Oh, my luck, I just don't have good luck. My luck is really bad. I'm just one of those people, I guess. I just never get a break. But like those, you start to own those things, and they start to become you, right? This is why we always say, be careful with your words. Think about what you're saying. Even things like, I'm always broke. I'm broke. I can't do this. Those types of words, and once we start to attach them, and I think it's really the attachment piece comes in that using the I am really in there, right? Like it's really owning it. So when we do that, it does become a lot harder to get back up to the top half of the ladder, because we get comfortable at the bottom. We get comfortable being who we are, and it's not an easy thing to change. So the more time that we spend on that lower portion of the ladder, the more we attach, the more we become in that vibrational space. So we shift into being what you were saying, for some people it's easier to break free, and for others it isn't. So the more time that we're spending at the bottom of that ladder, the harder it becomes to break free from that feeling.
Oh, totally. And one of the ways, it's just really a mind shift that breaks you out of it. And there's, in the course, we like to call them prison break questions, or PBQs. So I'll just give you a couple examples of two of them. So one of them is, if I knew I was unconditionally loved, supported, and accepted no matter what, what would I do?
Oh.
Nice one, hey?
Yeah.
I love that one. And then the next one is, if I knew judgment did not exist, how would I show up differently?
Oh, that's huge for me right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's like taking these lower vibrational thoughts and stuff that's going on in your head, like your, judgment, you're worried about being judged, or, no one's going to love me, I'm not going to be supported, I'm not going to be accepted, anything like that. And it's really like taking that and saying, okay, what if that those things didn't exist?
Yeah.
Then how would you show up?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, actually, I would show up as the person that I really want to show up as in life, right? Like it's just this mind shift, and just taking a minute to kind of process that and go through it. It can bring you out of it. And then another thing is like, it's so, when you think about it, really, it's so easy for us to kind of shift between being happy and sad. Like if we were to actually sit and close our eyes and think of a time that we were truly, truly happy, and just like feel it in our body and put ourselves in that moment, we could be happy.
Yeah.
We could feel happy. But and then in 1 second after that, if we close our eyes and put ourselves in a situation where we were really, really sad, like something really awful happened and we were really, really upset about it, and we could actually in that moment be just as sad. Like it can switch so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So quickly. And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, the mind is such a cool thing. Like, it is our biggest, our worst enemy and our greatest friend. Like we have so much capacity with our mind. It's kind of nuts. And ranging from healing yourself from illness to breaking free from victim mindset. Right? Like the spectrum of being able to do things with our mind that way is so massive. And I want to share a personal example, actually, because I think that it's important to explain, because when we talk about breaking free from something, or just it's a mindset shift, maybe I think it would be helpful to explain what that actually feels like to maybe anybody who's watching or might be watching later, who feels that they haven't experienced that ever. So they're like, what do you even mean? Like, how does that even happen? Right? Like, what does that look like, feel like, taste like, smell like, anything, right? Because it's all those things, which is the great capacity of our mind, right? So my personal example is, I have a thing where we all have a thing where we do this, but it's that judgment for me, right? Like I will compare myself a lot to other people and to, especially other women. So I was outside the other morning. This was day 1 of Juice Cleanse. So I was feeling rather, sorry, it was morning of day 2, and I was feeling rather clear and, feeling in a good place with it. And I was outside, the sun was shining on the deck, watering the plants and just spending time being there with them. And I watched my thoughts go into that place of comparing. I don't even remember what I was thinking about. I probably do, and I'm just being like scared to tell you because, right? But here I am thinking about all these other people, and I just sat and I just started to look out into this beautiful yard that we live in and this beautiful place. And I just went, I'm just going to let that go. Like, that doesn't matter. I'm so good with being me right now. And it literally just left my head and I felt lighter. My whole body stood up straighter. I just felt good. My shoulders dropped. My chest is breathing naturally. My jaw released. My head felt less like cramped or constricted. My eyes saw clearer. All of a sudden, I'm feeling all the breeze coming, washing over my skin. Your whole body just shifts with that freedom. Feel into the moment of being completely present in yourself when you have that break free moment. And
I love it.
Yeah, it was really, and I noticed how quickly that happened because I was aware, maybe it was the juice cleanse, who knows, but aware of the clarity that I was experiencing in that moment of the shift. I took note of it because it was something that, I thought it would be interesting to try to explain that to somebody who maybe feels like they haven't ever experienced that.
Yeah, I love that. That just goes back to when I was talking about thoughts being transient. That's how they're supposed to be. They're supposed to come in and leave as quickly as they come in. And it's when we attach to the ones that aren't serving us that causes the greatest problem in our life. So if we could just let it go, and it can be that easy to just let it pass by. It's like in meditation, right? When people think that they can't meditate, it's like, oh, well, my thoughts, I keep thinking and I can't shut my thoughts off. And it's like, well, that's not really what it's about. So just letting them go, letting them pass by, no judgment, no anything. So so that's such a great way to describe it. Just feeling like this release, because when you do attach to those emotions that are lower vibration and don't serve you, that's how you feel, like in your body. Like your body is tense, your body like tightens up, like everything tightens up, like your jaw, your stomach, your whole body. And then when it goes, it's just this release of all this tension. So
literally your brain, if it's like wind up like this, like we're just so wound up all of the time, and all of our shoulds, our expectations, our these like especially unspoken expectations and the subconscious of comparing and everything, it's pretty wild.
It is. And I always go back to Byron Katie stuff when it comes to thoughts. And if there's a thought that comes in that isn't going to serve me, so just like a low vibrational thought, it's just, is it true?
Yeah.
Do I know for a fact that it's true?
Yeah.
And how does my body feel physically when I think that thought? And then what would my life be like if I didn't think that way?
I didn't think that way. Yeah. No, it's and I had something I just wanted to tell you, and now I can't remember it.
Gone.
It's
gone. Now you have like mom brain right now. This Julia on a juice cleanse.
I'm so hungry. It's so ridiculous.
I feel you. I feel your pain. I do. I send you so many food vibes. I'm sending you like food vibes.
But here's the cool part. I'm not okay. Now I remember. And that's
okay.
I'm trying to consciously not be in that victim mindset. It is a privilege to be able to be doing this juice cleanse right now. Number one, because I'm making the choice to participate in it. It's not because I can't afford food or don't have access to food. Right. Number two, I have the capacity to purchase good, amazing quality organic food to be able to make these juices. I've got my beautiful mug here that I'm drinking chaga in, that's pumping in those antioxidants, given to me by an amazing client. So, there's a lot of good things that are happening right here. So it's the choice to switch that mentality, which my thought earlier was, and I think it's really important to mention, that comes with practice. And that may be why some people, as we're talking about being attached to those thoughts and kind of living in that lower part of the ladder because we're comfortable there, we know that really well. And it's harder to break free because, number one, we're scared to lift our foot up and take that next step up to the ladder. The fear is a part. But once we do it once, twice, a few times, the fear starts to dissipate because we've practiced, because we know what to anticipate, because we start to understand what's happening. So the practice of letting a thought be transient and move through like that is just what you just said. It's about meditation. There's all kinds of ways that we can practice doing that. Yoga, meditation, breath work. You don't even need to meditate, just breath work, being conscious of your breath. any of that. Those are practices that will allow you to take those steps to get closer to taking that foot off that next rung and practicing and doing that. It is something you have to consciously do every day. Even, I got another personal example. Yeah, I'm walking home from the bus stop. I grab we have an amazing bus system. Sometimes it's amazing in Halifax, sometimes it's not. But it takes me, even though we live all the way out in Timberley, it takes me really close to the house, which is, I'm so lucky. So, but I had all this stuff on my back because I'm spending the night at my parents' house to learn to drive. And long story short, I was so cranky because I'm so hungry. I got all this shit on my back. My back's hurting. And I'm just like, I just want to get home. You can totally live in that place, right? Of like victim. I can't believe I have to do this. I got rocks in my shoes right now. I'm fucking pissed at the world. My back hurts. I'm hungry. Like all of these thoughts constantly going through my head. But I stop myself halfway through and I'm just like, my legs still work. My hips still work. I have stuff because I'm privileged to be able to have these things, which is a laptop on my back, which I have. My parents are still alive and healthy and can help me learn how to drive. I have access to a vehicle in order to do that. I am able to pay to be able to take that test. Like, switch it, right? It's a practice. You have to catch yourself in that moment of poor me, poor me, poor me, and actively flip it around.
Yeah. Self-leader,
self-led, dealing with my first world problems here.
Yeah. Right? Yes. Totally. It was like me complaining about the spinach today in the container, that there was a couple pieces that were just not as fresh. First world problems, really. So crazy. So crazy. So like we really have to think about, when we're having these stressful thoughts, it's really just a warning or kind of a wake up call to kind of check in. Something's off here. So what are these thoughts trying to tell me? Am I believing these thoughts that are coming in, especially the ones about not being good enough and loved and accepted and all that stuff? And, what role am I playing here? How are these thoughts making me show up in the world? And this is what's been so big for me, is because for many, many years, I was showing up as a person that I'm not proud of. Yeah. And I don't like that. And I don't want to be that person anymore. So I really check in with myself all of the time now, because I want to show up as that person who's living in a high vibration. I want to show up as somebody that's high on the ladder. I want to feel love. I want to feel like creative. I want to be in that natural state of being. A lot of the time, I'm going to go back down to the lower vibration sometimes, but it's not as often as it used to be, because it used to be just a consistent everyday thing that just made me show up as just like this really cranky and sad and depressed and anxious human being. And that's just, I'm not wanting to show up as that person anymore. And I had the control over that.
Good for you. High five.
But we all have the control over it. We do, which is we think that we don't. Again, we get stuck in that too. Is a prisoner mindset, right? Anything that's keeping, like, it's like a weight, like on the top of your head, like weighing you down to like the lowest level. Like, how do we make that disappear so you can rise up to the high vibration, the high vibration?
Which that was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Which brings us to actually the next segment.
Yeah.
What happens when it actually brings me to my group coaching program that I am participating in, or we actually had our last call in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
A 4-week mastermind. That's 8.
4
4 week mastermind, and it was called Shift. And I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago too. But the idea behind this is exactly what we're talking about right now. It's shifting into that identity that you want to be. So shifting from that lower vibration, shifting into that higher vibration person that you want to show up as. What does that look like? And what does that look like on the next level? So not necessarily going from like 0 to 100 right away. So it's like, we talked about this. Sure, we can wear our Oscar speech, what we're going to wear. What are all the little things in between, right? So it was really about doing a lot of that work. But what was significant for me, and where I think it plays into this conversation, is it was really about giving myself permission to take this wound up Julia that we all, have been for a very long time, and allowing myself to have the space to unwind and giving myself permission in order to do that, and do it in a way that I very much understood that this would give me that freedom. It would give me, it would allow me to shift from that prisoner mindset to a place where I could be authentic, where I could be myself, where I could pursue the things that I want to pursue, where I could be creative and not give a Wu-tang about what people were going to do or judge me. Bring me to a place that I felt ready to do that. And doing that with a group of ladies, so good. Doing that with a group of ladies that were, participating. There's something so valuable about the group experience. Because you just realize that you're not alone in your thoughts. The people are really struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. And no matter how much you think you should have it together, and trust me, all of the women that I did a lot of my calls with were also coaches and also working in the personal development industry. So a huge part of that is like, you feel like you should have your shit together because you're a coach, right? And absolutely, I'm all about the integrity of business, of your message. You want to practice what you preach, absolutely. But at the same time, it's that space to recognize that you're a human being, that you still have, right?
Yes. And I'm so glad that you realized that in your program, because I too came to that realization too. And it was nice to see, like, there's so many different levels of I want to say success, I guess, but there's people that are in this group that are on many different levels. And then you have the coach that's running the whole thing, who's just, like, in my eyes, is just at a level that I would love to be at. So it's just very motivating and inspiring to be in a group with this person. But then to also hear this person has the exact same struggle as you do, you go, yeah.
Human. Ding, ding,
We're all
ding.
human.
Ding, ding, ding.
We're all human. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like where you're at on the ladder of success here, it's really, you're all the same. You have the same struggle. The exact same struggle. There's no difference.
Absolutely. And I think Stephanie, what did Stephanie say there?
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie. For me, a good way to start practicing how to change my thoughts around is not to share the negative or complain. I don't mean not being open or expressing feelings, but I found that when I was in that poor me state and talked about it, the majority of people in my life validated it and made me feel good in the moment being stuck there. That is like ding, 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 ding. Like my brain is going like, yes, the angels are, my body's tingly. They agree.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that, Stephanie, because it's very, very, very true. When we are complaining often we will have those people that will totally support that shitty mindset, right? And totally be like, yeah, you're right. They're totally an asshole. You always get treated like this. Like, they'll just confirm that for you and keep you there, which is really unfortunate. And also, oh man.
I know. It's okay. But see, people can only meet you too at the level that they meet themselves as well.
So true. It's so true. And I had something really awesome in my head.
I know you did. I know. I could feel it. I'm like, oh my God, it's coming. The insight is coming.
Sorry, guys. It will happen. I'll come back to it.
I kind of feel I'm in that moment where it's like, I realize that we are really human, like we were just talking about, because I do that so much. And sometimes I feel like nobody else does it. And then I see you do it. And I'm like,
I got it though. In that conversation, it came back to me because it was something. So we're talking a lot about, the personal development, the spiritual communities, right? Like, and we're talking about, you could get so sucked into this world of personal development that you are like, it's almost like you have this awakening and you're like, oh, this whole other way of being, cool. And then you have this whole other community that are doing the exact same thing because they haven't actually broken out of that paradigm and telling you, you got to be this way. You should be this way. You got to be this way. You got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. You can't think that, like, and it all comes closing in on you again and just gets like, and then, to Ricky's video that he had on his page today, like, you don't have to try that hard, right? It's like you get all of these like outside influences that are coming around and telling you that you need to keep trying hard. You've got to be this certain way. You've got to have your Kundalini activated. You've got to have, your masculine and feminine energies balanced and all of these things in order to be this productive and to make it, right? To like be this spiritual person. And it's fucking bullshit. Like, you have to be you.
Amen, sister.
That is all of what this spiritual journey is about. It's about the journey towards self, the journey towards purifying that experience to self, that journey towards being able to break free like that, to be able to transmute something in the moment that it happens in your human experience, because you are a human being. That's what it's about. There's no destination.
No. I know.
That was
my God. My God.
And that is a product of this coaching course, because it allowed me to be able to open up to say that, because that's how I really feel about this whole thing. That's how I really feel about it. But before, I'm sitting here being like, oh, well, this coach that I really think is awesome is doing it this way, and this professional is doing it that way. So, and that really spiritual person who has a really great Instagram feed is doing it that way. So that must mean, and you just watch your like peripheral vision start going like this. And yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. No. But I mean, you lose it, right? You lose the whole point.
Well, and especially if you have an issue with judging yourself or comparing yourself to others, then it becomes even smaller, even quicker.
Very quick.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want to say that I'm so glad that you did that program, because
me too.
Like, to see you in your video the other day where you were like being yourself and talking like with the unicorn, Jonathan. And I was like,
for one of our videos one day too.
But I was like, fuck yes. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like, this is all that it is. It's to be 100% yourself and to convey a message through being yourself. Because we're not reinventing the wheel here, okay? Like, everything that needs to be said has been pretty much said. Yeah. It's just it hasn't been said in the way that you can say it.
You can say it, yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, because that used to be my problem, like sitting back and be like, oh, what am I going to create now? Like, everything's been created, and it's not authentic, or it's not like I'm not making something up that's new. Like, that's freaking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the fact that you say it the way that you say it is authentic enough, right? Like, it's new enough because it hasn't been said in your way.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, I was so happy. I was so happy.
It was a win. It was a win. So out of this, what I would like and what I think we would like to say here is like, number one, coaching works. Okay. Coaching works. The group experience is absolutely immensely valuable when you are, especially if you are in that mentality or that judgment part, or, you know, in that place where you're kind of like joining the team over here that's like, yeah, fuck the world, man, everything's shitty, bad, it's like people are assholes all the time. Like, especially if you're in that camp, right? The group mentality really helps. 3, the message, absolutely, you're not reinventing the wheel here, but the message becomes authentic and original when it comes from that place inside of you, from your heart, from that energy space inside of you.
Yeah.
And so, amazing.
I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to get emotional.
Get emotional. Oh, me too. I'm going to cry because I'm so hungry. So let's cry
together. I'm just going to cry because, no, I'm not. I'm probably not going to. Whew, okay.
Are you sure?
Just because I get choked up a little bit about it because, just showing up as the person I used to show up as in the world was fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Okay. Miserable. And the fact that you can change that and show up as a person who inspires people, who motivates people, who's creative, who helps and gives back to the world, like to be able to shift into that person is so, it's just an amazing transformation process. And it's like, how many years I've spent being like a fucking asshole. And then like, now it's just a complete shift into who I really want to be and who I really want to show up as in the world. And it's just, everyone has that access and the ability to do it and to, you know, to invest in your own, what do we call it? Self-development, you know, it's just so valuable to do it. And it's just coming from a person that was so like that prisoner mindset, life sucks, everything's happening to me, I'm the victim, me, wah, wah, wah. That person.
Wah, wah,
and
wah.
now, wah, wah, wah. And now to be this person, it's like, what? It's like, you can't.
Exactly.
You can't put a price on that.
You can't put a price on it. You cannot put a price on it. Absolutely not. That's why we've both invested in the group coaching programs that we have and done what we can to do that.
And we'll continue to do that.
And we'll continue to do that 100%. So what I want to talk about next, and I think this is a perfect little segue into it, is what happens for you on the other side of this. So as this person that you are now, showing up as this person that you are now, that I am now, we always were be. Oh, we always were be. We always were.
We always were be.
We always were be.
I'm a werby.
We always were. We're being us now. Showing up as that person. What do you get on the other side of that? And let me tell you, it is, okay, like, I mean, sure, happiness, like not satisfaction. I don't want to use that word, but that openness that comes from possibility, that comes from this whole expansion. And so when we're happy, when we're open to possibility, when we are emanating love that comes from that self-love, that self-led love place, we naturally take better care of our bodies. We naturally get better care of our things, our space. We naturally have better relationships because we're invested in them and we're removing things that aren't working in our lives. That includes parts of our relationships or maybe specific relationships. We're naturally helping and serving other people more because we've got so much love inside of us. We've unlocked it to give. What happens when we start to do all of those things? Abundance.
Abundance. So you are filling your cup up and it's overflowing, and the overflow gets to spread to everyone else. And what's inside the cup is actually your stuff and all the things that you do for yourself. Right?
Yeah. And you just naturally start to do it. It's not something that you end up to Ricky's point earlier today. It's not something that you have to really try hard to do anymore. It's not something that feels like labor or this like thing that you need to complain about or whine about, because it comes so naturally, because it's just welling up inside you. You just have this feeling of love, this feeling of gratitude that just keeps coming. And maybe you have little blips, for sure. We're not saying that like crazy things don't happen in life, because they do. But your capacity to deal with them is just that much more aligned and focused, and coming from a place that is just love. Like it's... And so by doing that, the cup filleth over and spreads out to others. That's the multiplier effect, right? So you're bringing it out there, you're serving others, you're giving, you just naturally want to do that, and you're cool with it. Maybe before you might be like, I don't want to give my money away, or I don't want to do this, I don't have time, and you get those like selfish kind of blocking your feelings, right? But all of a sudden that just doesn't happen anymore. All you want to do is help others, because you're like, man, how do I help people feel as good as I'm feeling right now? And
exactly.
Through doing that, it's like you open the floodgates like behind here. That's how I visualize it. Like all of a sudden it just comes flooding through your life. Because you've allowed it. It starts channeling through you. It starts opening up and expressing itself in your whole life. The transparency, which is defined as, I talked about this the other night on Justin's video, is defined as being made visible from the light coming within it, like coming through it, right? Yeah. So like your light is shining through and you're becoming transparent, and it just allows the abundance and the miracles of life to just start coming through you.
Yeah. And that's how you influence people.
Yeah.
Right? That's how, you hear so many people about that. People are trying to save people. People are trying to make other people change, see their point of view, whatever. And it's like, stop worrying about everyone else and focus so much on yourself that you become that pillar of bright light, or that light comes shining through you, because then the light radiates onto other people.
You did that so much more gracefully than I just did. I love that. Like this.
Mine do it slowly. Well, you were like, how does it work? Is it like this? Or, I don't know. What is it like? How does it work?
I like what you had going on.
What did I do with this? I came from underneath the hair. I like swiped it down the hair, and then I pushed it.
I was just trying to show you guys my muscles again, really.
It's summer.
This way to the beach, man. I didn't do that.
Yeah, you did.
I can't do okay. Anyway. Abundance, man. Abundance.
Abundance. So beautiful.
So beautiful. And it's just influencing, speaking through your heart. It just, you can't help but when you're emanating that kind of light, you're just around, and people will feel that. It rubs off on them, and then they go and spread that out even more. That big multiplier.
How much happier does that sound? Like, how much better does that sound than the constricted, like stress ball of a life that you used to have? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, how much better does that sound?
Do you know what?
Hello. What?
Food. Yeah.
Sorry. Like, just what? What could you ever mean?
Okay. But you know what happened today?
What?
So this 3-day cleanse, and then I will get back to our topic, but I just need to share this like situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I went outside for lunch to get some fresh air because it was a gorgeous day out today. And I come back in, and I have an office mate for the summer. He's just there. He's an honors student, and he's writing his thesis. And so we're sharing an office for the summer. He's a lovely guy. Smells great. I love it. And so I come in, and he's eating chicken fingers and poutine, and it smells amazing. And I'm just like, oh man, like, dude, be the light. Be the light. Don't kill this person right now. Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
That's terrible. I would like to pipe in there and say that is fucking terrible. Honestly, out of all of the things to have happen to you on a juice cleanse is to walk into a small space where somebody's eating chicken fingers and a poutine. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I love that you pronounced that properly. Poutine.
I lived in Montreal for almost 10 years, so.
My bad. Hands down, the best poutine I've ever had in my entire life is in Montreal.
Of course it was.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Anyways, let's get back to what we were talking about.
So we were talking about this amazing transformation that we've both had through our group coaching programs. And really, on the other side of all of this work that we've both done for these past years, I believe yours is 6 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mine was 4.
Mine is 8.
8 weeks. And so, on the other side of this is this amazing ability to start spreading our message in a really authentic, amazing, coming from love, all wrapped in unicorn sparkly goodness that is us, that is who we really are. And that is an amazing thing. Yeah. So, and I know that I'm going to let you go ahead first and tell us about your program that you're starting. I believe you're starting yours in August, right?
I am actually starting it at the end of September.
End of September.
So, yeah. So, it's called Powerless to Powerful, FULL. And it's all about stepping fully into your power. Cool. So it's an 8-week group coaching program that I'm designing myself. Yeah, and you know what? It's going to be modeled a lot like the one that I'm in already, because the one that I'm in I found kicked so much ass and I got so much out of it that I'm going to kind of model it around that. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's time. It's time to spread the message, and it's time to, like you said, being in a group it's something so amazing about being in a group. Powerful. I always use the word powerful. It's kind of my word, as you know. But it's, I'm super excited about it because I want to get in a group with people and like start changing, stepping into the power. You know what I mean?
Tell me, what does it look like? What do you got on the docket? What does it look like?
Yeah. So it's an 8-week program as well. So it's 8 weeks. We have a super active Facebook group. We have live group coaching every week. I'm also gonna do one-on-one coaching with them as well. And we're going to have homework and fun sheets and videos and slides.
All the stuff.
It's going to be like jam-packed. It's going to be jam-packed full of awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Cool.
Yeah. So tell me about yours.
Well, actually, it's not just mine. Me and the Rickles are going to be.
Oh, Rickles.
We're doing it together. We are doing 6-week program starting, and we're starting real soon. We're starting like July 17th.
Ooh.
2017. Boom.
Nice.
Boom.
We're all sevens.
Bunch of sevens. We're going to do it's an abundance mindset protocol. So basically, you know, a lot of what we talked about now, we're going to be talking about in the course. So, but we've, true to elevated lifestyle, we've broken it down into our elements again. Either fire, water, earth, air. And I was like, what's the last one? Air. So each week we will be focusing on a specific element and how that shows up in terms of how you perceive and understand and see abundance in your life in that capacity. So what are your blocks in that specific area? What's happening? What aren't you seeing? What aren't you using? What aren't what aren't you feeling, doing, seeing, breathing? Where is the light blocked? And we're going to go dive deep. Also doing weekly group coaching sessions. We're going to start, that's on Monday, the 17th. So we'll be doing it every Monday. And we'll be doing one-on-ones with each one of us. And homework, journaling, questions, all the good stuff. Narrow it down and start visualizing and really, and I think a big piece of what we're both experiencing in our group is pulling it apart, really teasing it apart and seeing where it is that you are having those blocks, like really getting to know yourself. So we'll be spending time doing that. And I really think that group atmosphere allows you to do that in a really cool way, because even though you're not spending, you know, the whole hour and a half in a group coaching session on just you, you're really picking up on a lot of people's stories and what's happening and feeling how that's showing up for you in your own life.
Yeah, and that's
stuff, right?
Oh, totally. And that's the great thing about the group coaching is that even if you're just doing a group coaching session with that one person, everyone in the group relates to it.
Yeah.
Somehow. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Very powerful. But I do want to just say, oh, yes, please, let's do that.
I'll do that while you talk. Okay.
The last thing I wanted to mention that we, so we're starting very soon, you know, 10 days or whatever it is, very soon. And we've got 3 of our 6 spots filled. So we're still looking for 3 women, men, anybody who's feeling up to the challenge to really dive deep into this and unlock this for themselves, because
very cool.
There's no reason not to, guys. There's really no reason not to.
Yeah, totally. And my group's going to be very small, too. Yeah. Mine's only going to be 6 people.
It's better.
6 people. So we need 6 people. What do we need to know today?
Tell us. I'm gonna send Deelle the event link for the program, and we'll put it in the top of the video. So if you want more information, you can get it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Tell me. I love when you react like that. It means it's exciting. Oh, so excited. What is it?
You won't believe it. 2 popped out, actually.
Okay. I can't read it.
Wait.
Abundance! No freaking way. Anybody who's watching, that's a damn sign, okay? That's cool. I love it. Helpful people. I see why you reacted the way you did now. I really do. How do we give, ask for abundance in our lives? We become helpful people. We are helpful people. We interact with helpful people. Like, it's all friggin' connected in like the craziest big circle way. Like, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
mic drop.
Mic drop. Boom.
Yeah.
So I'll read it here, just because the message is always so cute and important. So great abundance will find its way into your life. Your plans will yield prosperity, providing a sense of security about the future. Your angels will be with you as you take the actions necessary to manifest your dreams. Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a larger circle of friends, vibrant health, or romantic love. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven to receive with gratitude that which you desire.
I love it!
Boom, boom, boom. And the last one, helpful people.
And the last one, helpful people.
Helpful people. This card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends, or you may find yourself needing to do some professional networking. Make time to branch out in order to create the personal or career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your question or others who work for or around you. It can also include people in your personal life who have experience that would be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true.
Oh, like us, you mean?
I feel like throwing things. This is crazy.
I love that. I mean, you can't make this shit up, you know? You just can't.
Yeah.
Love it. Amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Are you kidding me?
I know, it's so cool.
Are you kidding me?
You are so cute. I love you.
Are you kidding me?
I love it. Thank you for doing that, Deelle. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Those who popped in and those of you who are watching later, let us know how you feel in the comments. We always check them. So let us know. And like I said, I'll pop in the information for our group coaching program that's coming up real soon. And as soon as Deelle has all of her information, it's going to be coming into your feed so you can see what's up.
You can see what's up. I have a little teaser thing that I'll put in the comments.
Cool.
Yeah, anyway.
Thanks, guys.
Mwah. Love you all.
And I promise I'll be on my game and we'll come with a little bit more structure and shit for y'all.
Julia's going to have food next time.
We're gonna have food. Okay. Bye.